Please be advised this podcast is all nonsense. Nothing you hear or see while adventuring with the worm should be taken seriously, or more importantly, fact-checked. Try not to let the mispronunciations distract you from the knowledge being shared. You're just riding with two worms trying to have a good time.
Percolator the percolator. That's a good cup of joe. Where do you think the phrase cup of joe came from?
I reckon it's just from a diner that was called Joe's Diner. Or something like that. Or the head person was called Joe.
At a diner?
Yeah. I reckon a diner.
You went cup of joe?
Yeah. Because he made it from his own blood.
Isn't there a food called sloppy joes as well?
Yeah.
Joe's quite prominent.
He's quite slappy as well. He's quite juicy. He's a juicy guy.
Yeah, but you drink sloppy joe, but you eat a sloppy joe. You drink a joe
and you eat a sloppy
joe. That's weird.
He's weird.
Why is there so many Joe-related food items?
They're from the same Joe.
Maybe you're right. Then maybe it was just a very famous cafe back in whenever they started, owned by Joe or called Joe's Diner. And he was the first person to start making his own little menu.
And
I've made coffee.
Slucky moist guy.
Actually, that doesn't make sense. The Sloppy Joe works, potentially, but he kind of made coffee. Because coffee's been around since 1700s or 17th century or something.
That wasn't real coffee. It was brown water.
Was it a scam?
It was a scam until Joe came along with the real stuff.
Oh, I've tested this. There's like no stimulants in it. If anything, it's quite groggy.
Yeah.
Gritty. There's a few stones in it as well.
And then he refined it.
Refined it. I think he might have had to start again.
Yeah, probably
refining it would require him to take the original recipe and make it better. Well, actually, he took the water part.
Yeah. He refined it from the water part.
He extracted the water from the mud.
And everything else was new.
And then reinserted it back into a powdery... Oh, is it powdery? Grinding a bean. Would you class it as being powdered?
Yeah, I'd say you grind it to a powder.
But it's not powdery, is it really?
If you grind it enough, it is. What would you say it is?
I don't know. I think it's because the oils make it quite sticky still.
Oh man, you're grinding oily beans.
Yeah, but you meant to keep your beans oily. Everybody knows you've got to oil your beans.
I haven't got time to oil my beans.
Oh, so if you don't have time, WD-40. It's brilliant. Just spray it all over and it will leak down. It's oil based anyway, so it's basically the same thing. You just got to be careful.
WD-40 is oil based.
Is it not?
I don't think so.
What is it based? Silicon based.
No, it's not silicon based. There is a silicon based version.
Maybe I've created something new then.
Maybe it's oil based. I don't know.
WD beans. W beans.
WD
beans. WD beans. Oh, that's why. Oh, maybe that's why my jaw can't. I can't keep it closed because I have coffee and it always feels real loose, dragging it along the floor. Every time I try to close it, it just reopens.
It's because of your oily beans.
WD beans.
WD
I haven't been oiling them properly. What oil are you meant to use to keep your beans all oily?
Probably like a sunflower oil.
Oh, that's a good shout. I was going to say vegetable oil. Well, I think sunflower is actually a better shout because beans are actually dried in the sun, aren't they? If you do it naturally. So add some sunflower oil. You don't have to do the oiling process afterwards. You can both dry and oil your beans at the same time. Oh man, fast beans they'll call them.
Call them fast beans.
Fast coffee.
I like fast beans.
Fast beans. You could call them fast beans.
I'm going to call them fast beans.
Perfect.
Fast beans.
Yes, I don't know why Joe's got the affiliation.
It is interesting. There must be a reason.
But also, it's only an American thing to call it a Joe. We recently visited, so obviously that's what I said. We had a lot of Joe while we were down there.
Unless it's like lost in translation. Like, I don't know what it's been shortened from. A nice cup of Joseph's coffee?
Maybe it was nice cup of co-fee, but the radio signal dropped, so they're like, Co? Oh, what's a co? He's got to have said Joe. Nice cup of Joe.
Maybe, yeah. That makes sense.
I mean, I think yours is probably the closest. I wonder what other countries call coffee. Coffee,
yeah. Everyone else just goes straight and narrow.
Yeah. I don't think there's any slang for coffee in other places, is there? Or no common ones.
Nah, there has to be.
The old rumbly tumbly juice.
The old wake up syrup.
Yeah. I just realised there's loads of things right now. They're all coming back to me. But anyway, that was a good cut. Thanks, Joe.
Don't some places call it Java? I'm pretty sure that's a slang term for coffee.
Oh yeah, that's one. That's like a hipster. Hipster. I'd have some Java.
Yeah, I think that's a thing.
They say it like that as well. You can't say it the way you said it.
Oh.
They get confused.
Java.
They think you're talking about JVC or like some old technology.
And HMV.
HMV, JVC. HMV, man. That was a place, wasn't it?
I think there's some still about.
Like those odd blockbusters that still exist.
There's definitely still some Blockbusters. I don't think HMV is as gone as Blockbuster is.
Have you seen some of the memes that Blockbuster Twitter pages put out?
Nah?
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
What?
They like jokingly put out tweets like, "Oh, we got a discount if you want to come down on the weekend. Can buy one DVD. You can have as many as you want." Just like silly things like that. Maybe if we were that funny, more people would listen.
Maybe.
Should we contact Blockbuster? For,
Ooh, maybe we should make an affiliation with Blockbuster.
They are bigger than Netflix.
Well, they are physically bigger than Netflix, because how small's Netflix? I can't see Netflix, whereas I could see a Blockbuster store.
But you've never been to Netflix.
Yeah, but where is it? It's nowhere, it's on the internet.
No, but there'll be the Netflix
There's
servers.
there's not like a guy. There's not, when you play a film on Netflix, there's not a guy with like 1 billion DVD players fumbling around trying to get the right DVD in.
No, he's obviously modernised. It's a bunch of USBs. He's got a big ass wall, and he's just like doing this. You know those games where you play where it's a reaction thing, and you stand in front of it, and it's a light wall, and as soon as one lights up, you've got to tap it.
Is that why sometimes
he basically won that game?
Is that why sometimes this film's taken off Netflix because he's got to run out of space on his USBs? Like, look, I've got to take this off my USBs.
Normally, it's because he's still human. And so those games where you got to go as fast as you can, you're never going to get be zero quick, are you? You can be like 0.001. You can be as fast as possible, but never zero. Like absolute. So you got to think, what's his full capacity?
Yeah.
Also, I think it's just to keep his mind fresh. He gets bored just putting the same. You know when everybody wants to watch the same thing, and he's just there going like this, putting it in the same. I don't even have to change the USB, man, because everybody's watching the same thing. Just get bored, don't you?
What happens if two people press play on something at the same time?
Well, that's why he's got to have that speed. That's why he won the
tournament.
tournament.
How many of these interfaces has he got to plug into?
Maybe there's like some sort of a single circuit and parallel circuit sort of thing, so he can plug it into one. And if he plugs it into one, because they're all connected anyway, it's already playing on one. He just has to be aware as soon as something is clicked. Yeah, that'll be it. It'll be the number of USB inlets. What's the other side of a USB? Like what you plug into?
It's just USB male and USB female.
Okay. The USB female, maybe there's only so many of those. There's only so many females.
So many females.
So that's why they can all be plugged in. And maybe he can have like another, 1,000 that he can swap out. But can only have so many going at one time. Because he's only got to plug it in while they're pressing play. And as soon as they press play, he can take it back out again.
How does that work?
I don't know.
That's fair. No,
but this is why Netflix does so well.
Yeah,
They've created this technology.
Why would you know that? Yeah, that's true.
I mean, how so Netflix isn't on Earth?
It's impressive. How do they get it broadcasted to Earth if they're not on Earth?
If I work for Netflix, I'll be able to tell you. I don't know. Maybe you should ask.
We should go visit Netflix.
We don't know where it is. That's a problem. There's no, like you said, we don't know where it is. It's secret.
I don't think it's. I don't think it's anywhere. I think it's just in the air now.
So everything I've just said, do you think is a lie?
Yeah, I think
clearly it isn't because it's so accurate.
You said you can't prove it.
Yeah.
Now my theory is Netflix has embodied the atmosphere.
Cool. Can you prove it?
No.
Exactly. All the theories. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, but it's like those flat earthers. Like they believe the Earth's flat. No one can prove what shape the Earth is.
Yeah, it's not like we can see it.
When you blacked out all the windows, can't see nothing now.
We can see it. There's this one little picture of Earth.
You drew that.
Yeah, but that's not the point.
And it's square. It's not round.
Yeah, but the shading on it shows that it's not flat.
Okay.
It's at least cubed. If anything, it's definitely not a linear 2D plane. Some 3D. Look at this corner here.
Got it shaded.
Yeah. Used all my crayons for that. And my 2B and my 4B pencils.
Okay.
Those are the only two I have. Those are the only two you need if you're a true artist.
Yeah,
like me.
it's a bit accessible, the pencils they have. Like, how many do you really need?
So, okay, I get the B side of pencils.
Why? What does the B stand for?
Bravo.
Okay.
Bravo. I don't know.
What pencils? I don't know the B lineage.
I reckon it's two French words. I don't know why. I'm just throwing that out there.
I thought like HP was just like B. HB, not HP. That's a sauce. I thought HB.
You can't stop thinking about sauce.
No, I thought it just stood for hard black. So it was 2 black, 3 black, 4 black, and the grading.
Yeah, but then what's the H one stand for?
Hard black.
No, because you have 2H, 3H, 4H, 5H.
3 hard blacks.
No, because you have the B's and the H's are separate.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. This is what this is actually my question I was going to bring up. I don't understand why they've got 2H, 3H, 4H, 5H, 6H. Because how hard can a pencil be? What do you want your pencil to do? I want this one to cut the paper.
Hot babe.
Ooh, I think you're in the wrong place, mate.
Why?
Definitely not Hot Babe.
No, it says hot babe here.
Hot Babe pencils.
Hot babe pencils, and then you've got the hot pencils and the babe pencils, and then the HB is the hot babe pencil.
HB is the middle pencil.
Yeah,
that's the one you're thinking about.
It's not in the middle. It's actually the pinnacle of both.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, okay, yeah. So it goes 2H, 3H, 4H, to 6H, 9H, but then it goes to HB, and then it goes 2B all the way down to 9B.
Yes, hard black.
Yeah, see, look, but goes down to 6H. So that one's hard black, but that's fine. What's 2H, 3H, 4H, 5H, 6H?
Hard.
Yeah, I know, but how hard can a pencil get before it just starts cutting paper?
Like Sam's your Netflix theory. I don't know.
Someone must know. So that's 6 hard. Does that mean that's 1 before box cutter? Scalpel. Also, what would you need? Like, so obviously you get to like 2H, 3H, which are quite hard pencils.
No, so I think the hard more refers to the amount the graphite softens. So if you want a really fine line, you'd have a really hard pencil, and have an F is the fine one, which is the hardest graphite. And then as you go down, it's more like charcoaly, so it's like really flat.
You mean H?
No.
You mean towards B?
Yeah.
Yeah. That kind of makes sense, actually, because even if you use a HB, if you do quite a long line, but from the beginning, by the end, it's already gone sort of flat.
Yeah.
But if you are doing a big piece, you want it to stay as fine as it is one end to the other end. So you would probably use a 6H, because it would be a completely uniform line.
Yeah, man.
Whereas if you used a 9B to do a uniform line, it'd start really pointy, and by the end you'd be at the bottom of the pencil. At the top of the pencil. Ooh. What's the bottom and what's the top of a pencil?
I think the top's where the point is.
Ooh, really?
Yeah. And
Would you not say the top is the part that's facing you when you're writing?
No. I think you hold a pencil upside down.
I guess sometimes when you buy pencils, they are writing side up.
That's their natural habitat.
No, the packet isn't.
It
That's
is.
their natural stance.
So their natural habitat is the packet.
Nah, it's not.
When have you seen pencils out in the wild?
They're not in the wild.
Exactly, because their natural habitat is the packaging.
Everybody knows pencils are cyborgs. Right? This is what, you know when you go, oh, I've misplaced my pencil?
Yeah.
You haven't misplaced it. It's just sentient now. Because obviously they're born as cyborgs, but they have to learn intelligent life, understand intelligent life, and then they just go adventure out. There's actually so many pencils and sewers that are creating a little pencil army that are going to take over one day.
It makes sense. I'm pretty sure graphite does conduct electricity.
There you go. It's as soon as you put it too close to like a power source, it sparks up. It goes on its little. That's why you're like, oh, you know, I swear I had that pencil a second ago. Don't know where it's gone. They're also trying to recruit the pens, because obviously pens don't have graphite in.
No.
But they can become sentient through the power of a pencil.
Through the power of a pencil.
They always say the pencil is mightier than the sword. It's actually the pen,
They say the pen is mightier than the sword,
but the pencil
but
is the power of the pen.
The pencil is the power of the pen. The pencil is the power of the pen.
Yeah.
That's hard to say.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Which is why people actually get you to learn to use pencils first as a child before you use pens. Because if you can't hone the ability of a pencil, you'll never be able to hone the ability of a pen. And you won't be responsible with your pencils in your house. Because you'll never have learnt to harness the power of the pen. So,
Pencil.
no. Harness the pencil power for the pen.
Interesting.
There's so many theories out there.
The things you learn.
We'll never know which ones of these are true, but clearly we've been around way longer than anybody on Earth. So, I mean, we would know more than anyone else. But when you've been around as long as us, you just forget sometimes.
Oh yeah, there's a lot to remember.
Yeah, we only discovered coffee a little while ago, so like we sleep a lot.
We probably discovered it before, but we probably forgot.
Yeah, tastes a bit muddy.
It's like one of those things where you used to do it in the past, and then you forget about it, and then you find it again, and you're like, oh, I remember that thing.
It's like riding a bike, but forgetting how you learn. So it pops back into your memory. It's like, oh, I remember this. Don't remember why or what it was for. First, when we rediscovered coffee, it's like just pouring it in our ears.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm sure this is what you do. It's so hot and tasty. My ears love it. So I think we should affiliate with Blockbuster. Because they're naturally quite witty on Twitter anyway. We could ask them for some help.
The Blockbuster by me used to have a Sega World above it.
Dude, that's so cool.
It was amazing. It's so good.
Where was that?
Down the road.
Before you came to live with me?
It was on my hiatus in the Wormcraft.
Oh, yeah. Your Rumspringer.
Yeah. When I took that year out,
Yeah.
I was in Sega World most of it.
I mean, we invented Rumspringer. We just passed it on to
The Leprechauns.
the
They do.
Amish community. And the Leprechauns.
The Leprechauns.
Well, we passed it to the Leprechauns first, but they can't keep a secret.
Yeah. They weren't that into it either.
Yeah, they went, oh, I'm just going to go and I'm always on Rumspringer. I do what I want when I want. Do you not care about your community? Like, what community? I'm a leprechaun.
A Leprechaun solo?
Yeah? Han Solo. In your opinion, are leprechauns evil or good? Or, like, sort of mischievous or good?
No, I think leprechauns are the same as anybody. I think you can have good leprechauns or evil leprechauns. They're just a normal person. No,
you don't see a lot of good ones, so it's just like...
Yeah, but it's like anything. It's like when you see riots on the news, what you're seeing is the vocal minority. So you see...
All the evil ones doing the evil deeds, yeah.
And so, same with leprechauns, you hear stories of the good leprechauns and you hear stories of the bad leprechauns, but you don't hear stories of the neutral leprechauns because no one's going to tell you a story about a leprechaun who is sitting there eating a Subway because it's not...
Sat in his house, orders a Subway every day, loads up World of Warcraft.
Yeah, exactly. No one makes stories about him.
That's a good point. There's that one time he almost won that tournament and almost got in the paper, but coming 8,000th. I mean, that's almost for a leprechaun standard because no leprechaun has ever entered a World of Warcraft tournament.
But yeah, I think it's unfair to stereotype leprechauns as good or evil.
That's fair enough.
You ever watch that? Do you ever see the old programme, This Is Your Life? And he'd present them with like a book.
Yeah, that big red book.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's probably nothing in it.
What was that about? That's such a weird show.
I also think it was quite interesting that the book was the exact same size, regardless of the person who was doing it for.
Yeah. But he's inviting these people on and presenting them with this book to tell them the things they've done in their life. But why did no one sit there and go, yeah, I know, I was there. I did these things. You're telling me things I know.
Have you noticed the people that he brings onto the show are normally quite elderly?
No, I don't think I've ever watched a full episode.
Oh, dude. They were about an hour, fairness. Yeah, they were older people. So I think he kind of purposely kind of looked at the community that his memory's going. He probably did like a pre-interview. Oh, do you remember this? Oh, yeah, I remember that. Oh, you can't come on then. Yeah. Oh, do you remember this? No, I don't remember that at all. No. Oh, how about this? No, I don't remember that either. Oh, well, we're going to do a show if you want to come along and pick his guests that way. So like the way they do any show, really, they do a quick interview with you.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because if he didn't interview them, he'd just be getting strings of episodes of people going, yeah, that was last week.
Yeah, I know I did that.
Yep.
I was there. I've got pictures.
Yeah.
I know, I was there, bro.
You've got this one picture that you're like, oh my god, do you remember this? But I've actually, look, on my phone here.
It's here.
Maybe that's why they can't do it anymore. Because pictures are so accessible now, and people take them all the time on their phone. Whereas back then, they were looking at people who were alive and they're like, maybe 1930s, 40s, 50s, where pictures weren't taken as much. They were taken, but not often. You know, stuff wasn't recorded all the time. They might have had TV.
Now they'd just get them like, yeah, that was on my Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, it's here.
Yeah.
It's got 1,000 likes.
And then, you know, when people retweet their old tweets,
Yeah.
nothing's ever going to go out of anybody's memory because people just retweet old stuff. Oh, this tweet aged well from 2016. And it's just, oh, well, can't use it on This Is Your Life now because this guy decided to just go and one-up me.
They got done over by the internet, didn't they?
Yeah. There's probably quite a few shows that probably got done over by the internet. This Is Your Life was looking at just that person's life, wasn't it?
I think so. I assume so, because that's the title.
Okay. There's that new show on now where they look way beyond that, so they look at their ancestry. Who do you know? Or this is something like that. Who done it?
This is who you're related to, I think it's called.
Something like that. And it goes back way into like the past, where they're like, I try to use the internet now to get the answers quicker than us, because they can't. They need DNA. And the only way you can get someone's DNA who doesn't want to give you their DNA is kidnapping.
It's a big risk.
It is. Just to one-up a show that's doing it, like, paid to do it. No point. Unless you're really good at kidnapping, you know, unless it's something you regularly do.
Do you ever think that, you know, Through the Keyhole?
Never watched it.
Okay, so the premise of Through the Keyhole was they would go into a celebrity's house, and there'd be three or four contestants, don't remember, and they would show clips that they'd show the living room, and they'd try and drop hints of who the celebrity was by looking inside their house. Okay. So that there'd be like an Oscar on the mantelpiece for Best Actor in 2010 would be a hint, because obviously there's only so many Best Actors and blah blah blah.
There's only one each year.
Well, yeah. Yeah, but people might not remember the exact years, but there's only so many people who have won a Best Actor in, say, 2005 to 2015, so you could narrow it down to 10 actors potentially, and then they would guess who the famous person was. And that's the premise of the show. Now, wouldn't it be better if they just actually went down the road
to
anybody's house and literally tried to look through their keyhole?
No, I think go do the exact same show, but just completely random people. So you'll show like a empty packet of crisps on the night before. You'll show the microwave's not been cleaned. Empty can of beans. Who is this? That's Phil. Ooh, it was Paul.
Yeah, that's funny. But I always think quite like the idea that you're just walking down the road and you've got these contestants and you've got somebody on the street walking down the road looking through people's keyhole. Because essentially someone's going to open the door and be like, why are you looking through my keyhole? And he's going to have to make a run for it.
So like a really rubbish version of Knock Door Run, or
maybe.
They should do that. They should take children's games that they played and turn those into TV shows. So Knock Door Run would be a game. What else? British Bulldog? Tag? And turn these... Oh, there is a tag. Extreme tag where they jump over stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I just mean take it into schoolyard stuff. Play football. Like do the World Cup, but one of those floaty balls.
The sponge balls.
Oh, even better. I just meant one of those ones that you kick and it just
loops miles.
And then loop in the air, but like do a tournament. And not have a proper pitch. Just go, okay, well the goals are from this coat to this back. And then, okay, and the pitch is from that wall to this bench.
Did you ever move the coats when no one was looking to make it a little bit smaller? Like, yo, your goals shrank.
Well, I was quite a small worm back then, so yeah. I didn't think it was really fair that you've got this guy who's like 6'2" in year 9. I'm like, well, why are you 6'2"? There's me, mini worm. So this is not fair. I can jump high, but that's about it. Kick a ball hard enough at me, I'm going with the ball.
I got no stopping power.
Yeah, exactly. So I did, yeah. Mainly because the 6'2" guy was doing it as well. Like, you don't need a smaller goal.
He was probably making them bigger to give himself a challenge.
He was really far away, so I thought he was making them smaller. It's like, your goal looks tiny from here. I'm making mine tiny.
Didn't they do the floor is lava? I think that's one.
Yeah, they did floor is lava. I don't think they called it the floor is lava.
No, I think they did.
Oh, did they?
I think so.
We could make a really good TV show. I mean, we invent stuff all the time.
Yeah, but for that was the plan for Plain and Dusty.
Oh, I meant like we present it. That's going to be like an actual show that we act in.
Should we reboot This Is Your Life?
How are we going to do it though?
Look, man, that's the challenge.
Oh, even there. Why don't we just like do some dark web searches on these people and do this is your life, but the life you do want people to know, or stuff they wouldn't expect us to know. So it's just like, oh, you acted in this show. Yes, I know I was there, but do you remember backstage you were weeing in the corner because you couldn't find the toilet? What? Who told you that? This is your life.
Yeah,
Really creep people out.
that's good, and it scares people when they got an invite onto the show as well. They're like, oh no.
Oh, it's compulsory. You get invited. It's like jury duty. You can't get out. You have to go. If you get invited on, you know you've been rumbled. I think that'd be great.
I think that would be great.
Do you reckon if there was a TV show that dug up some dirt on someone and did it on TV, then the police could use that as evidence to arrest that person?
No, I don't think they can.
Why? Because you found the evidence. And by all means, you might have found it illegally, but the police didn't, and
But
that's a
isn't
rule.
there something to do with evidence can't be used once it's been made public or something like that?
There may be. Do you reckon people are out there finding evidence against people and just like handing it into the police?
Well, so like just any old evidence, like here's a tissue. Yeah, I don't know if you
Yeah,
need
but
it.
like at a murder scene or something. Because I think people will probably find stuff out, but no one reports it to the police. Now, if there was someone who was like a super hacker, now that everything's online anyway, you could just search the dark web, but you don't work for the police. Because obviously, if you work for the police, they can't obtain information legally. However, if it is handed in anonymously, apparently they're allowed to use it. But the problem is no one wants to sit around doing all the hard work for the police. Or doing all the dark web searching illegally.
Mapes.
Maybe someone needs to privatise that sector of...
The internet.
Yeah. There's a lot of billionaires out there. They could just literally pay a few of these hackers $250k a year, 4 hackers. Start hacking into people they think might have done something wrong. Take your time.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people. How do they pick and choose?
Contest.
Contest.
Yeah, have you ever seen
Like
Swordfish?
a beauty contest.
Ooh. Ooh, even better. No, but the opposite way around, because these people are going to be indoors all the time. And I think, or something like, how long can you stare at a screen? So things that are like based around... So don't care about your hacking skills.
Nah,
because everybody can
because
learn to hack.
There's people out there now who just live on watching TV.
But then, that's not the only test. It'll be like that
okay.
might start with that. Stare at a screen for 24 hours and see if you go mad. If you don't, perfect. Sit in this dark room with this clicking sound, which will just be obviously someone on a keyboard, but not them. See how long you can sit in the room for. Because some people go stir crazy and need to go outside.
That's very
See how
true.
long you can go without falling asleep, but you got an endless supply of Red Bull next to you. But you can't die either. So they can't just go mad and try to beat the system and go, well, and then go sleep.
Have they beat the system if they've died?
Because they never went to sleep. Unless you call that the long sleep, and then I don't know.
I still don't think that. Like this is beating the system. No. Yeah, but I got you.
I don't know. I would say they can't technically go, you've lost, because you wouldn't care, you're dead. You haven't technically lost.
Still, at that point, I don't think you've beat the system.
Okay. Well, you found a loophole.
You found a loophole, okay. Yeah. I'll agree with you.
Yeah,
there.
so just like loads of tests like that.
Okay. Well, you start putting that together.
Nah. I think that's like kind of a really big invasion of privacy. So I don't think I would endorse it at all. So, it's people. We're saving the planet.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Maybe they can just do like good stuff, like send really annoying stuff to like flat earthers, like globes every day. Or people who don't believe in like climate change, send them a
Thermometer.
every day with the temperature of the day before. So I know the temperature of the day before. That was it. Yeah. Just remind you, add it to your collection. So I know what you're gonna say. Shall we do a question?
I'm going to say that because it's been 35 minutes and we haven't done one.
It's alright. Once we edit it, it'll probably 12.
That's how it normally.
That's how much we
we
have
actually
to take
normally
out.
record 36 hours. So.
Yeah. And we get... That's just for one episode.
That's actually half an episode. We have to fuse them together.
Using the fusion reactor.
We have to use.
That's the only way you can fuse them together.
We have to put two halves of the podcast in the fusion reactor.
Yep.
And fuse them to one.
Remember that time we did it the wrong way round, and we ended the episode halfway through, and then started the episode halfway through.
After the end, yeah.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Crazy.
Yeah, you can't undo that.
You can't.
And start all over again.
We had to start from scratch.
That was the longest 36 hours of my life. Yeah, let's do a question.
So yeah, it's New Year's and a new worm. So, what would your New Year's resolution be for 2022? I suppose for us it's technically not a new year because
Well, I was going to say this.
Yeah, so we weren't aware of this.
We don't have New Year's as often as you because we live way longer.
Live way longer and we don't live on the Earth, so it doesn't really matter.
Further away from the sun.
Yeah.
And also, we don't live... We're constantly moving. So I guess it's... Do we even have a New Year's? I don't remember the last time I actually celebrated New Year's.
No.
I don't think we ever have.
No, I don't think we have.
Are we still in year one?
We are still technically year one.
Does that mean we're still only 1 year old? Because we never had a second birthday.
That's interesting.
We do have a lot of parties, but they're never birthdays.
I suppose by Earth rules, yeah, we're still 1 or 0.
No, because we had that. Did we ever have a birthday party?
I don't remember having one.
We're still 0 years old.
Still 0 years old. Newborn worms.
Ooh.
The new worm order.
I wonder if... Oh man, this is blowing my mind. Oh, can we actually celebrate New Year's then? Because I feel like I want to get to year 2. Oh, we're going to have to celebrate birthdays first.
Yeah, we'd have to look, because we can't be 0 years old and in year 2. That makes no sense.
Okay, so when shall our birthday be? We'll pick a date
New
now.
Year's? We'll just do it all together?
No, I want 2 parties.
Okay, that's fair.
So I'm saying we'll have a birthday in the year. Just pick a date. I'm going to go July
Well, we don't
14th.
have dates either.
Yeah, but we'll go off your Earth dates.
Okay.
July 14th.
Okay, we'll do that.
Hope we remember.
We won't.
We won't. If we remember that it's our birthday on July 14th, we'll tell you how the birthday party went down. We'll invite you. And we'll know the people that are listening because they're the only ones that turn up.
If you wish us happy birthday on July 14th, we'll send you a prize.
We can actually send some people some badges.
Send you a prize. Only if you do it on July 14th, though.
That's July 14th, 2022.
Mate, there's a July 14th every year.
Whoa!
From what I've heard.
We might not always be here, though.
True.
Does that mean we miss our birthday if we're not here?
If we're not here July 14th, I guess so, because I suppose it's the same way for people who have their birthday on a leap year. Because it doesn't come along, they don't get a birthday.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel bad for those people. Because sometimes they have to stay in school for 4 years each year.
They have to do 4 years to 1
Oh, what year are you in? I'm in year 10. You look like 40 years old. Yeah. Don't worry, it's my 4th year in year 10 though, so it's okay.
I'm almost done.
Yep.
You can get a job soon.
Not really. Because I'd still have year 11.
Yeah.
4 times.
Yeah, but I think you can get a job when you're 11.
No, year 11 you'd be 16.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that doesn't... Oh, yeah. So they can get a job when they're 16, but they wouldn't be able to get a good job because they have no
Yeah, but
degree
at
or
least they
decent
can earn a
qualifications.
little bit of money.
If they got fake ID, they could get a job. Why have you got fake ID to get a job? Because that's the only way I can get a job. Because I'm actually 14. You look 40. Leave me alone.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
So, the big 3 New Year's resolutions.
Get in shape.
Become a transformer.
That's the shape I'm in.
Yeah.
Get into shape. Get into a transformer shape. Yeah.
Sit on a space bopper thing. Those things that you bounce on.
Successfully pass a lightsaber through your body without cutting yourself in half.
Exactly.
It's never happened, but...
That's why it's still one of the favourite ones.
It is the one that a lot of people fail on. By a lot, everyone has failed with that.
I wonder why space hopper things went away. Because they can't be killed off by the internet because they're just a giant inflatable thing with ears.
We know why. When people weren't sitting on them, they floated up to space. That's why
They
they're called
did,
space
yeah,
hoppers.
but then
Why do you think they're all outside?
But they anchored some of them.
Yeah, and those are the only ones left. I reckon people keep them in basements and stuff.
Okay, so you just reckon they just don't have enough.
Yeah, they go downstairs for a cheeky little hop.
Cheeky little space hop.
What were you doing downstairs? Nothing! Don't go down there!
That makes sense.
That's what parents tell children about. Don't go in the basement. That's where the gremlin lives. It isn't. It's just the space hopper stand. They don't want anybody using it.
Well, they only have a limited lifespan because it's rubber. It will eventually wear out.
And they have a limited number of hops. If you use all your hops up too quickly, it disappears.
They did print some with only 1,000 hops.
And now, occasionally, you have got the limited edition extra hops. But they never told you which ones are limited.
XLs, as they secretly called them.
But they didn't tell you
They
which
didn't
ones.
tell you.
Yeah.
No.
You just got to 1,000 and you risk one more. But it's at your own.
And you were on that 999 and you went for that last hop.
Remember that one that they did, which has unlimited hops?
Yeah.
Yeah. The person who got that literally lost it after a day. That's a waste of an item.
Well, I heard Obama had it for a bit.
Did he? Is that the guy who lost it after a day?
Well, I don't know. I just heard he had it in his possession. I don't know if he still has it.
Maybe when they lost... I thought when they lost it, they just didn't anchor it and it's up here somewhere. Oh,
When it could have ended up in space, and with his presidential power.
do you reckon the whole... the president's book?
Ooh.
Maybe that's why they said, oh, we're going to go to space again. We just went around the Earth and came back down. Why would you do that? No reason. What's that extra thing on the... Nope, nothing. It's not. It's moon rock. But yeah, that's what the president's book... I'll bet you that's what's in one of the things in the president's book.
Tells them where the unlimited space hopper is.
Technically, because of that, you could let every person on the world still use that space hopper.
Yeah, but you don't want them spilling, like, mayonnaise on it.
Well, mayonnaise is the only thing that actually destroys them.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
you could literally put hot lava on it, nothing. For some reason, it had a weird inability to resist mayonnaise.
And so many people want to eat a sandwich while doing space hopper. It's just a weird fantasy people have got.
Mate, there's got to be some reason. There must have been some sort of propaganda put out. You know, when someone realised that mayonnaise... Maybe someone who ruined theirs with some mayonnaise got really, really upset about it. And then started...
everyone to ruin theirs.
Started, just got really bitter
So
about
they
it.
made the campaign Sandwich Time on Space Hopper.
Yeah. How many bites of a sandwich can you do while doing your space hopper, but you can't stop hopping?
And also you got to have a really juicy sandwich filled with mayo, like dripping from the rim.
It doesn't matter what type of mayo or what type of sandwich. Egg mayo. You could just have it mayo as a condiment. Whatever. There's only 2 mayo sandwiches, isn't there? You can have a burger if you want, as long as it's got mayo in. You could just have a cheese string with mayo on.
You could just have a cup of mayo.
Yeah. Pepperoni with mayo. As long as mayo included in the item you were consuming. I mean, that did cause a massive uproar. Because you only get given one.
Oh, you only had to buy one.
Yeah.
They stamped your hand with this permanent ink. So if you try to buy another, they shut you.
You can't see it though.
You can't see the stamp.
Yeah. Or the ink.
Or the ink.
Yeah, so I don't think I'd do any of the main 3.
No.
Because to get into shape in a Transformer, we can already kind of do that anyway. We already can shapeshift.
You can.
Also, we're really good friends with Transformers. I think they'll probably be a little bit upset that
Yeah, it's their thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's like turning up to someone's house and you've copied their look. Yeah.
Or they turn up to your house and go, oh, I've got this coffee table. Oh, I've got this cup. This is everything in this house, my house. That would be really frustrating. Yeah. So, not that. Space hoppers.
We've got too much mayonnaise on the worm.
Also, we've got loads up here.
Yeah, we've got loads up here, but
Just pop outside, grab you one if you want.
it's just it's dangerous for us to have.
What was the other thing?
Lightsaber.
It's risky.
The Jedis don't like sharing them.
Yeah. We'd have to battle a Jedi.
I'm not getting fine with Jedi again.
We'd have to battle a Jedi to get their lightsaber to then be able to even try the
Because they fight dirty. They bite ya. They flick ya.
Sometimes they just throw their cloaks at you. Yeah. And then you're like there trying to get out of the cloak.
We've got no arms.
And they've ran off with the lightsaber.
Yeah.
Somehow they've got another cloak as well. It's like, where'd you get that cloak from?
Yeah, don't
All
like
Jedis
Jedis.
constantly have a second cloak. Many cloaks. Dehydrated cloaks. So they can rehydrate them from on. I think I'd go for something different.
I think self-improvement is a popular one among Earthlings.
Yeah, there is a lot of getting into shape and quitting bad habits and eating
Learning
better.
to read.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that. People do a lot of, I don't read enough.
Yeah. I think that is a common one, actually. When people go, I'd like to start reading more.
But I don't understand why. So the other ones, I think, are about the inability to, like, addiction. So obviously when you're trying to quit smoking, for example, it's an addiction. Trying to reduce the amount you drink. I wouldn't say it's an addiction, but it's because you enjoy it. So, whereas obviously reading's more about time. Because people like to say, I don't have enough time to exercise and stuff like that. But I don't think that's really about time.
Nah.
I think it's bone idleness.
I don't think reading's about time, because I think it's the fact that if you sit there and read, it's the only thing you can do. Whereas if you sit there and watch TV, you can go on your phone, you can go on a laptop, you can do whatever, you can do other things. Whereas if you're sitting there reading, if you try and do something else, then the reading stops, because you can't do both.
You think it's the inability to be able to multitask. So then again, that would be time then.
No, but it's not the time. They have the time. They just would rather spend their time doing something else where they can do more things.
Yeah.
They don't want to commit that time to just that one activity.
No, I was thinking along the lines of they can do things like they can do some ironing, which is a productive activity.
You can't do that while you're reading.
No, I know what I'm trying to say is that time, because they were thinking I can still use my time effectively but watch this show. But you're thinking just things like also just, being on your phone, which you could just decide to not be on your phone and watch TV. You could read, but yeah.
So would the best New Year's resolution be to have more time?
Well, we don't have to worry about that.
No, but I'm saying, why don't Earthlings just do that?
Get more time.
Just get more time?
Yeah, but they don't have access to the time.
That's stupid.
Well, they can't get in the hourglass.
I can look at it.
The hourglass of time.
Well, that's their problem.
Well, obviously, but that's why they're probably complaining. Maybe that's why they keep going, oh, I don't have enough time. They're not going, oh, I don't have enough time in my day. They're saying, oh, I don't have enough time because you don't let me get to the hourglass of time.
Prince of Persia managed to do it.
Yeah, but he was elite. It's one of the few. That's why they made a documentary about him, Prince Persia. That's probably the only guy who ever...
It's impressive that he's only a prince. Why didn't they make him king?
Got greedy with time.
Yeah, that's fair. He spent too much time.
Maybe that was the thing. They thought the power would go to his head.
Yeah.
You were like, you can either be a king or have access to time. And most people go, well, I want to obviously be king, because they don't understand the concept of having access to time. Whereas this was the very first prince who was like, oh, I'm not really bothered about being king, but actually I'd really like access to time. Broke the cycle. And then obviously he went mad with power with his time, and then they decided they were never ever going to offer it to any prince.
What about King Midas then? Because he could turn things to gold.
He was obviously offered the ability to... They were like, look, you can...
But he got to be king as well?
Nah, he became king first. You have to be a king. So you know how you do karate belts?
Yeah.
And you've got to get to your black belt, and then you get to like first dan, second dan. So that. Dans were Midas's. First Midas, second Midas.
Okay.
And your ability would get stronger and stronger.
Ooh.
And he just, let the power go to his head. They try to give these abilities to Earthlings in small doses and small, to test the character. And someone obviously eventually passes the test to get it. Then they go mad with power with the thing that they were given, and they're like, oh, well.
Yep, there goes another one.
And obviously they could test it on a few, but they do their, obviously, their tasks. With the Prince of Persia, it was prove that you can look after this dagger for a day without breaking it, because it's got a glass handle. And do you want to be king or have access to time? Pass the test. He chose to stay a prince but have access to time. Midas, I don't know what his tests were. How long can you go without touching anything? You've got to go full 24 hours without touching anything, not even yourself. They literally just got to... And obviously he did it. And then they gave him the ability to have the touch of gold and stuff, and then went mad with power again, didn't they? So yeah, I think that's the reason. So they can't get more time because they've been shut off, closed down, out of order. Out of business sales.
Same as Blockbuster.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think they can do that one. I think New Year's resolution. What can we not do already?
Yeah, got it pretty cushy up here. We can do what we want.
What would be a good Earth New Year's resolution then? We don't go swimming a lot because we always just jump in the spacecraft if we ever need to go like across seas.
Yeah, because the problem is if we swim somewhere, also we've got to swim back.
Yeah, but then that's it. We get our swimming lengths in.
That's a lot though, isn't it?
I mean, it's only 2 lengths because it's 1 to, if you're going from Ireland, it's 1 to the US and 1 back. So it's a waste. Oh, how many lengths do you do? 2. Did like 50 in the pool. Right, show off. I don't think the whole measurement of lengths for swimming is very good.
No, it's not accurate.
Yeah, they should just do meters.
True.
I did 18 lengths. Oh, where? It's a paddling pool over there. What'd you do? Sign it. Just kept doing my toe at the end. Okay. What's a good New Year's resolution for a human?
Probably to be less human.
Venture out.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? How about just... Oh, no, it's going to be hard to implement. So just everybody has to be kind to everybody.
Yeah.
Because they can choose their own New Year's resolution. There'll be one guy going around being kind and everybody mean.
Yeah, but we're just talking about the optimal resolution. There's no guarantee anyone's ever going to stick to anything. And let's be honest, most people who take New Year's resolutions aren't going to stick to them anyway.
What? Yeah, but because they always try to do things like, eat less, read more. How about go the opposite way around?
Okay. So read less and eat more.
Eat more, yeah. Watch more TV.
That's a good point.
It doesn't say it has to be
a positive influence on your life. It just has to be something that you don't normally do, or like, you know, change it up. So maybe I think I'd do something like eat a hot dog every day, but every day of the year.
Yeah, but well, you wouldn't just restrict it to hot dogs.
No, I can eat other stuff.
Yeah.
But at least one hot dog a day.
Yeah, but then you'd be fed up of hot dogs, and then you're gonna give up on it.
Okay.
I like your idea of just doing more. So just pick your favourite thing and just do more of it. If you like to eat,
Oh, yes.
just eat more food.
Do more of the thing that you like.
Yeah, just do more of the thing you like.
You like watching TV? Watch more of
Just
it.
watch more TV, bro.
You like sleeping? Sleep more.
Sleep more. It's easy.
Oh, this is
It's as simple as that.
New Year's resolution is do more of what you like
Do
doing.
more of the thing you like to do.
What do you like doing?
Sitting down.
Okay, do more of it.
Plan it.
Brilliant.
Sitting down right now.
Oh my god, it's already committed. What do I like doing? What do I like doing? Eating hot dogs.
Eating hot dogs.
I can't though. You said don't do it. I get fed up with hot dogs.
No, but
Oh, not every day. Just eat more of them.
just eat more of it. Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. I do like eating hot dogs. I had a lot of hot dogs over the last week. I'm going to do more this week. I was going to cut down.
No, you don't have
'cause I
to.
had- yeah, exactly. When you get sorted,
Yeah, I think it's as easy as that.
just do more of the thing that you
And I
like.
think that's why you always go wrong with them, because you try to take away things or do something you don't want to do. Just
And
do,
it can actually be a positive as well. You know, people who like to relax but don't actually get to relax.
yeah,
Just relax more.
just do it, bro.
Yeah, fine. Just do it.
There you go.
No excuses.
No excuses now.
Oh, I like going for walks. Well, that's also a win-win for someone who wants to be healthier.
Yeah.
Go for more walks.
Go for more walks
Oh, that's amazing. There you go, guys. Just pick your favourite thing, do more of it.
and do more of it.
That's what we're going to do.
It's as simple as that.
Oh, yeah. Well, with that positive news,
Yep. Happy
Yeah.
new worm.
7 days into the year, you got,
Your favourite things to do.
yeah, just get involved, get excited, have a good party. We'll check in with
probably
you.
has enough parties by now.
Oh, yeah.
So have some rest from the parties.
Have some resolutioning.
Yeah, have some resolutioning.
And until next time,
Worm out.
bye-bye.